Good afternoon. Alright, so I am going to show you what is inside the kids' binder, their morning binder, their all-day binder. We pretty much kind of bring it out throughout the day, but there are some things that they do start with in the morning in here. So I told you all I had used the majority of the binders, and so yes, the kids got their own, and this is how I am storing them. Recently cleaning out closets, I had two, and I only needed one. I won't bring the other one in, but I had another set of these drawers. The other one that's behind me, we're still using as community work boxes, and I will get into that in the next video to show you how I have updated them. But yeah, that's where this came from, and it happened to fit perfectly in this little space here. So I'm just gonna start. One of their drawers has pencil boxes, two of them fit, and then down here some of the crafts that the little ones, the preschooler and the kinder, have been working on, and then their original work folders I put in here. There are still some things in here that they can do, like some cutting and pasting activities and things like that. So I just left these in here, or put these in here, and left the work in there so that they can pull it out when they feel they want to. It pretty much is a review, reinforcing concepts and things like that. So that is there. Alright, so as you can see, two of them are upside down. This is how they fit best, so they can open the drawer. And then let me show you. The twins' notebooks or binders are pretty much the same. There's maybe one thing different. It's something that I swap out, but for everybody else, the other two are pretty much different, and they're custom. Okay, so should I have these right? Okay, these two are the twins'. I will start with theirs. They have their cover that they colored. I'm just reaching to cut this light on. Alright, that may make a difference. Alright, so in here, they had smaller binders last year, and it just had a couple of things in it, and I took some things out, brought them over here, and added some things that they were doing that just were not in their binders. They were actually in the workbox cubbies. So I also like to keep in here in the morning, we always start with Bible, and we do that as a group, a devotional. We learn our memory verses and things like that. I like to keep something in here for them so that they can come through just any time of the day and have reference and learn on their own. And so this has been working great. We have a couple of sets of flashcards that I kind of switch around between the kids, and they will come and tell me, you know, I memorized this, or I can say this, or they're looking it up in the Bible. Let's talk about this. What does this mean? So that is what's in there. We keep a number line in here. This one goes up to 50. We have not had to use the 51 to 100, so it is actually in another box. I have also for morning, their salvation verses. And so they are pretty much working through these. to learn them, and they know, you know, what it means, the meaning of salvation. All right, then here they have a grammar guide that I put together. So noun, pronoun, just a visual reminder of things that they go through. They have some grammar work in here as well. So that is what is in here. They have their these things in here still, their name practice. And I'll just keep them in here. They pretty much how they started out writing. they like to use the dots. So something for them to do, not that they can't. Everybody has an alphabet sheet. This one, it has their letter, the first letter of their name. So here's this T, so this tiger. So that's what that is. We have our prayer clock in here. I have one that I keep on the wall next to the homeschool prayers, and I actually let them write their name, and they will fill in the time that they want to pray. They have certain times that I give them that they can pray. But we also, on mine, it's a little bit different because I have different prayers and different reasons why we're praying. And I may have, depending on when this video goes up, already shared on Instagram. So that's what that is. The kids have one as well. So nice little visual so they get an understanding that prayer is always, okay, non-stop. Then teaching your child how to pray, just some prayer prompts. And again, I may or may not have already shared on Instagram, but every day they will come in and fill out their prayer prompts. And then we have our calendar journals in here. This needs to be cleaned off a little more, but in here and on the wall we have the Spanish version that I fill in and go through with them, and then they go in. And then we have the today is, the day of the week and the month. And then we have the number of the day, where we write whatever the date is, that would be the number. They know how to write the word. They do the tallies. They color the 10 frames and the base 10 cubes. And then we do the address, their city, state, zip code, and where they live. They know their city, state, country, continent, planet, and their phone number. They can fill in what am I saying? The area code. And they have learned plenty of people's phone numbers, not just punching the number in, even though it's programmed into the phones. Then they have their clock where they can draw their hands, and I ask them to do the digital down here, and they're usually pretty good. As you can see, it's pretty clean. They're pretty good about erasing. I have skip counting in here, 2s, and there's 5s and 10s also up under this sheet. So, and then we have a numbers chart. So once they do their 2s, they can do their 5s and 10s. We do our 100 days of school, and actually needs to be, it needs to be, I stopped letting them do it by the day because they were getting tired of doing it by the day, so I let them do it by the week. But we need to update because this is September 1st. And, yeah, so we're actually there. But yeah, we have been in school that long already. And then they have something that we have used a while, their shape template with their initial, their pattern blocks, and they love using these. So I stuck these in here just for something if they're waiting in between. Sometimes they finish things, they grab the binder and sit down and just do whatever is in here. And then we have some math in here. They're from their math book. You know, they're using an ebook, and so their homework pages from math are in here, from their actual math book. And then from the other curriculum, that goes into their math folder that is in the work boxes. I have also put in some grammar. We have Success with Grammar, and what I'm finding with them is some of the compliments that I have in the books, the work text, they feel, I won't say overwhelmed, but a little bit overwhelmed, being that it's another workbook. So even though I have two, I went ahead and just started copying pages, and it seems to lessen the fallout. They think, I don't know, they don't see it as another book, but I know otherwise. So yeah, sometimes it helps. And then I'm also doing that with the Evan Moore, their spelling. I have two of them, but I ended up copying and using the other, you know, using the pages in their language arts folder, and that works fine. So I'll just end up saving those books for the other two children, and then they can write in them. But, yeah, go figure. And so that is what's in here, and they have just their folder that they got as a little treat, and their coloring book, and that's pretty much it. So everybody has the same thing, her little flashcards and such. It's pretty much the same thing. Well, let me move on to the little Miss, my 2-year-old. She has the When We Pray flashcards. So teaching her when we pray. Okay. Breakfast, at lunch, at dinner, when our friends are sick, church, and at pretty much any time. Okay. Then she has zebra for her name, starting with a Z, and her number tracings. A little bit of math in here, 10 frame addings, and yeah, she's pretty good. As you can see. And then I have her number 1, where she can dot and color, and I switch these out accordingly. And then here's 2, and then here's her Z. And then we're still using these. I think I've shared these probably 2 years ago, this patterns, and they love using these, connecting the cubes. So I include these things with her, and there are so many of these. And the same thing with the more or less, it's math, you know. She puts 3, she puts 4. I ask her which one has more, which one has less. And I just switch them out to, you know, at the end of the week. And then she has her little ladybug mat, and we use this for letters, we use it for numbers, just overall counting, because they all have different numbers of dots on them. It's for lots of different things we use them for. And then she has her folder and her coloring book. So 4-year-old, no, wrong one. I'm looking at pink because she wanted pink. Here we go. Her little folder in which she has written her name so nicely. She has also her salvation verses. She has the Why We Pray flashcards. And then the Lord's Prayer, which they have learned already. And they recite every night. She has an A for her initial, her prayer clock, her number tracings, A for apple. Go through all of these. Here's her prayer prompt. She didn't erase, but trying to get to what's different in hers. Her 100 days. Okay, she has 10 frame adding as well, and she loves to do these. So gentle math, and it's fun. And I just switch them out when she gets bored. And of course, I gave her a few more. And then this one, the 10 frame, write the number. So that one is adding the 10 frames, and that was just write the number. And then she has her little pattern blocks template in here. And then her folder and her coloring book. So, like I said, pretty much morning binder. After we finish with our main devotions, we'll go get their binder just to give them a little start and not have to be so stressful in the morning to, oh, we have to get up and we have to get started. Now, I do have those that will, you know, want to get up right away and start reading and start writing, and that's fine. And they usually get up before everyone else, and I let them go ahead and do that, and then we join in as a whole. So this was helpful, you know, just little helpful things that useful information that I feel that they would need on a daily basis or a regular basis. If they don't do this, filling in the you know, the calendars and things like that on a daily basis, we don't stress over it. You know, it's kind of a repetitious thing for the twins because they are kind of you know, they're very knowledgeable at this point, but they still enjoy doing it. We just we don't stress over it. But I gave them a variety of things in their binders that they can come and get if I'm helping someone else and they have finished what they, you know, what they were doing, so that they're not just bored. So if you have morning binders or daily notebooks or things, routines that you have in the morning, I would love to see what it is. Please share with me. Leave me your thoughts, your comments, and I will see you all in the next video, which will be the community workbox video. Bye.